Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you. Today is a special show because we are gonna be talking about everything happening in La Republic du Cameroon and Amazonia, and it's a very important issue, and we are trying to make sure that we open up on this issue. Okay, thank you for watching. Make sure you share, you share before we as we continue the show. Okay, so we have seen the political stories going around and all the how Cameroon prepares for their presidential election amid rising political tension and uncertainty in Cameroon. And we see President Paul Biya still trying to prove to the Cameroonese that he can run and he can walk, he can stand. Okay, and seeking another term despite the growing criticism over the electoral process, the transparency, and how the election for the past years has been controlled by the state, right? Then we see the opposition leaders going from one end to another, trying to prove their own worth. Issa Chiroma, Bello, Bouba, Cabral, Libii, Ben Muna, all these guys, Muna, they are running around trying to prove that they can, you know. But at the end of the day, you see what's going on there. In Amazonia, they have banned the election. There's no election in Amazonia. You see that the restoration fighters, the groups, the leaders of Amazonia have teamed up together and said enough is enough. They don't want. They have denounced Biya's rule and asserting their right to self-determination. Okay, so the situation is just like that at this moment, where they have made sure that no election in Amazonia, okay, is going to take place in Amazonia. No Amazonian going to vote. So all this week, the whole this week till the 14th, has been declared lockdown by the Amazonian leaders and the Amazonian freedom fighters. So that's what is going on, and we're going to be discussing the importance of election in Amazonia. Why is it that this election has no place in Amazonia? Why are the leaders, the people of Amazonia, say enough is enough? They have been voting for the past years. They are looking. They try to raise question about the legitimacy, the question about the legitimacy of the election, eh? Especially given concerns over this electoral integrity, government repression, and the influence of political elites, how they will prefer to spend all kind of money so that Biya will still remain there, eh, for them to gain, right? They don't care about the local population. They care about what they will be, how they will be appointed. You know, they care about appointments after election, because the more you work, they see you, oh, you work very well, you deserve this position, this position, this position. They don't care about the well-being of the masses. Okay, that's what they don't care about. And when you look at the system today, it has been crafted for that, just to favor those people who are supporting the government. Okay, it does not support the local population. It support elites, as they call themselves, and that is the problem. And when you see this kind of governance, what do you think about it? The only thing is that it's election after election, election after election, rigging, fraud, no transparency. The whole election is just like that, every single election cycle. Then you ask yourself, how are you gonna sanction someone while the other people are there? Okay, what did Kamto do to merit to be banned from election? Okay, while Biya has been running and running, this is the 8th term Biya is running for office. So how does that square up for you to say, okay, this person has to be disqualified, why this one has, you understand? Think of it. That is what we are talking about today: the legitimacy, the resistance, and the future of this interim government and the people of Amazonia, how they want to fight this fight. Okay, I'll be right back after this interlude.
Let it be known, we free people shall stand over a mean of land of Amazonia to defend our laws, live for freedom in a nation where peace shall ever reign. Let our dawn bring us peace and
Thank you. I'm gonna go straight to my talking point. My talking point today will be based on the reason Ambazonians are rejecting election as a pathway to resolve the problem. Okay, my talking point will be focused on that for today. So make sure you share this video, share it, go wide and wide and wide. Okay. Cameroon's 2025 presidential election: legitimacy, resistance, and the future of a divided nation. As Cameroon approaches its pivotal 2025 presidential election scheduled for October 12, the political atmosphere is charged with uncertainty, skepticism, and an ever-deepening sense of division. President Paul Biya, who has ruled the country for over 4 decades, is seeking yet another term at the age of 92. His enduring grip on power has sparked widespread debate about legitimacy of the electoral process and the future of a democracy in the country. Opposition figures such as Issa Chiroma, Cabral, Libii, Bouba, bello, Kamto represent growing voices of reform, challenging Biya's long-standing dominance and advocating for a more transparent and accountable political system. Yet, beyond the traditional political contest, the 2025 election reveals deeper structural and existential questions about Cameroon's unity, legitimacy, and governance, particularly as the crisis in Ambazonia, southern Cameroon, continues to escalate. Legitimacy of Paul Biya's presidential candidacy has become a central point of contention both domestically and internationally. Biya's tenure, which began in 1982, has been marked by allegations of authoritarianism, electoral fraud, and the state-sponsored repression. At 92, he remains one of the world's oldest and longest-serving leaders, presiding over a nation wary of political stagnation, corruption, and human rights abuses. The electoral system managed by the body known as Election Cameroon has often been criticized for lacking independence and transparency, with opposition parties accusing it of serving as an instrument of the ruling CPDM party, which is called Cameroon People's Democratic Movement. Many Cameroonians question whether an election held under such conditions can be free or fair. For the opposition, particularly figures like Issa Chiroma, Maurice Kamto, Cabral, Libii, Bouba, bello, of the opposition side of things, the 2025 contest is more than just a political battle. It is a fight to reclaim the democratic ideals that have been eroded under Biya's long rule. However, while opposition voices call for reform and democratization, the situation in the southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, commonly known as southern Cameroon or Ambazonia, presents a fundamentally different perspective. For many Ambazonians, the 2025 presidential election is not simply illegitimate, it is an imposition by a foreign regime. The population in this region has endured nearly a decade of violent conflict sparked by systematic marginalization, military repression, and the denial of their right to self-determination. Since 2017, thousands of civilians have been killed, villages have been burned, and the millions have been displaced in what human rights organizations describe as a humanitarian catastrophe. Against this backdrop, Ambazonian leaders have declared a total rejection of Biya's presence and any participation of La République du Cameroon in what they view as foreign elections on their soil. Their message is unequivocal. Paul Biya is rejected, despised, and banned from southern Cameroon. The resistance in Ambazonia is not merely political, it is moral existential. For decades, Ambazonians have accused Biya regime of practicing systematic discrimination, cultural erasure, and violent suppression of their aspirations. The so-called one and indivisible Cameroon policy, often invoked by Biya, has been enforced through brutal military campaign that many describe as crime against humanity. Entire communities in the Ambazonian region has been raised, and the reports of extrajudicial killing, arbitrary arrests, and torture abound. Consequently, Ambazonian activists and civil society groups have called for a complete boycott of the 2025 presidential election, describing participation as complicity in their continued occupation. In their view, allowing election organized by Yaoundé to take place in Ambazonia will amount to legitimizing colonial domination. Instead, they demand international recognition of their independence movement and justice for victims of Biya's military campaign. While Biya's regime projects an image of national unity and stability, the situation on the ground suggests otherwise. Cameroon today stands at a crossroad between authoritarianism, continuity, and the potential for democratic transformation or fragmentation. The opposition's participation in the 2025 election offers a glimmer of political competition, yet structural constraints remain overwhelming. The state's control over media, electoral institutions, and security apparatuses leaves little room for genuine democratic engagement. Meanwhile, the growing defiance in Ambazonia underscores that the question of legitimacy cannot be resolved through elections alone. Without addressing the root causes of the Anglophone and Ambazonian crisis, colonial legacies, systematic injustice, and the demand for self-determination, no election, however organized, will restore national cohesion or international credibility. In conclusion, the 2025 presidential election in Cameroon is more than a political contest. It is a referendum on the nation's soul. Paul Biya's continuous rule symbolizes the endurance of authoritarianism and the decay of democratic hope. Opposition leaders like Issa Chiroma, Kamto, Cabral, Libii represent the potential of renewal, but their efforts are constrained by an entrenched system resistant to change. For Ambazonian, the election is irrelevant to their cause. It represents the continuation of an occupation they categorically reject. As international observers and regional actors watch closely, Cameroon faces a defining moment. Either it confronts its deep division through dialogue, justice, and reform, or it risks further descent into political paralysis and fragmentation. The message from Ambazonia is stark but clear: no foreign elections, no illegal votes, and no recognition of a government that has for decades ignored their suffering. Whether Cameroon's leaders heed that message may determine not only the outcome in the 2025 elections, but the future of the nation itself. Thank you. That was my talking point there. Yes, we have seen the Cameroon government along the years trying to use election as a way to convince the people that things are going back to normal. Okay, Cameroon is the only country that has 7-year term of governance. And you imagine somebody at that age, the French government supporting that regime doesn't care about the age of the president. They don't care about change of governance. They don't condemn him of oh no, this is enough. This is the 8th term that Biya is running for office, and that is very normal. Okay, the other governments are being changed in other countries. We see change of governance, we see change of government, we see change of presidents. But in Cameroon, it has become very normal for everybody to see this guy keep running for office every year, year after year, year after year, destroying the country. Suppression, marginalization, all these aspects are what this guy is using to rule the country. But Ambazonians have made it clear, election has nothing to do with their cause. The more you allow election after election after election every 7 years, that is how you legitimize this government. Okay? And the people of Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia for the past 9 years have proven that self-determination is a human right. Self-determination is the right of every citizen, every country in the world. And till today, since Paul Biya declared war on the people of Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia, they keep fighting for their right. Today, there is an election coming in Cameroon, and they want to bring the election in Ambazonia. But what is the importance? How is this election going to help the people of Southern Cameroon in any way, shape, or form? That is the question that we have to answer today. Okay. First, allowing election in Ambazonia, Southern Cameroon, will be legitimization of Yaoundé's authority over Ambazonia. And for the past years, the government of Yaoundé have not changed. Despite all the cries of the people of Southern Cameroon to say, hey, appointing your administrators, like in the courts, in schools, in different areas where we don't need that these appointments. Okay, we are used to elections, electing mayors, electing governors, electing senior state officials, electing the parliamentarian senators. You don't appoint people and you expect them to be answerable to the people. Yaoundé continues to appoint governors, they appoint divisional officers, they appoint mayors in Ambazonia towns. And how do you expect, I don't know where those government delegates are anymore. Biya appointed government delegates to come and head councils when mayors were there back then. Yes. And imagine if you have Elecam, all members of Elecam have been appointed by the Cameroon government. By this police station, you have military who are in all police stations. They are not protecting the police station per se. They are protecting the ballot boxes for the CPDM government, and that is what has been happening all the time. That is why going to vote is just like you are legitimizing these criminal gangsters who are there just to stay in power. Okay, I mean, just imagine how the government report how do you report the national voting tabulation? Who are those voting? How many people? Nothing is being reported. You go and participate in an election where you don't even know who is there, who is the person. So think of it. How do you go and legitimize this kind of election and you say you are going to vote when there is no glimmer of hope? There's no glimmer of hope. Think of it. the electoral process is very, very deeply flawed. It's flawed and biased. Okay, if the Cameroon government is the members of the elecam, are appointed by the president, leading to accusation of bias in favor of the ruling party, right? Paul Biya appoints all the members of elecam, See how they excluded Maurice Kamto in the election. If Biya has been the 8th term, running for the 8th term, instead for them to look at to curb how many times someone can run for office, they instead banning Maurice Kamto when that is his second term, his second time to run. Right, the first time he ran, he won, but they did not give him 2018. Imagine. That is it. What happened to Maurice Kamto? Maurice Kamto was in prison and barred from running, right, this year. So think of it. Have you ever heard CRTV, the Cameroon, their radio station and channel and TV? Have you ever heard CRTV report anything against Paul Biya? Nothing. CRTV cannot be like BBC, like CNN, that cannot like confront, is afraid to confront. CNN has nothing to do with the president in America. CNN will report anything that they want to report. They will not be afraid of the president or that, that is it. So the state media is being controlled by the government in Cameroon, CRTV. So anything, that's why we in Amazonia, we try to create as many TV stations as we can. Okay, it's for the good of Amazonia. Watch all the TV stations that Amazonia create. Is for the good. We need as many TV stations so that we direct our people from CRTV and any other channel that want to favor the government. Don't watch those channels. Don't watch them. Don't read those newspapers. Okay, watch Amazonian TV channels that are any channel that you watch, that is in favor of Amazonian self-determination and Amazonian independence. Any other thing is there is something paid and they will try to manipulate the information. Okay, that's what happens. Why is election not necessary for the people of Amazonia? That's what we are talking today. Okay, you cannot bring your military. You occupy towns and villages in Amazonia, and you expect the military to be fair to the local population because they are there to protect the government. Okay, the whole of Amazonia has been militarized. The towns and villages, soldiers are stationed in schools, soldiers are stationed in police stations, from Boya to Kumba to Bamenda. This is created an atmosphere of fear. Okay, so you want our people to go and vote for a government that has sent their military to come and occupy the land, and they'll be going to vote under gunpoint. Is that something that you want for your own people, or how do you expect that to happen? Because there must be casualty. There must be casualty, and what the military of Biya does. They are there to kill. They are there to massacre. They are there to cause mass extrajudicial killings. That's their job. They have nothing to do there. Okay, they target any person they suspect. Civilians are targeted. How do you go and say you want to go and be voting or conduct election in this kind of atmosphere? Heavy militarization in all these areas. They will target suspects. Anybody that they think that did not vote for Paul Biya, they can frame you up. Anything. There will be arbitrary arrests, what they call kale. There will be that. All these human rights groups that have documented all these crimes against the Biya regime. They are military that are in our land. What do? That's all they do. Killing and killing and killing. But if you look at what is going on, this is a man that has been there. Look at people are crying.
Les Camerounais, nous sommes réduits. Même les animaux sont supérieurs à nous. On est réduits à faire allégeance à une photo d'un homme. Ma kamna binga que psychologue, ma kamna binga que université, ma kamna, je vois des professeurs d'université, des universitaires camerounais à Moyawam faire allégeance à une photo. Même les animaux ne font pas allégeance à des photos. À Moyawam, nous sommes réduits à ce niveau. À Moyawam, vraiment. On fait la risée du monde. La risée du monde. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe même? Quel est ce pays-là? Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? Il est bien. Même. Hein? Mais il est bien. Mais je ne comprends pas ça. C'est le seul pays au monde où on fait allégeance à une photo. Boutba Bobe rassemblement autour d'une photo. Oh, moi, Jean. Ça ne valait même pas la peine de Flassi avait bien indépendance. Vraiment. Ça ne valait pas.
Amanyam, qu'est-ce qui se passe même? I mean, they don't understand what is going on in their country, right? That they have taken Paul Biya's photo, picture, and they are taking it all around the street of Yaoundé and Douala. That's Paul Biya. Oh my son. Hey! That Cameroon, leave out. Yes, I fear that party. That party bad. Hey! See, that party, carrots, me they go support, me they go vote for Paul Biya. Nah, I respect that party. see. Basta. That put me I should tell that they dance. Hey, that country, leave off. That country this way. Hey! Basta. That's a masquerade they want you to go and vote for. Try, Basa. That country don't go cease to amaze man, Basa. Try, people they shame. That means say this is what they want you to go and be voting. Masquerade. No, leave our Basa. That country they so na different level. Totally different level. I'm telling you. Then they believe in chop, broke pot, and when I go sleep. After 7 years, chop, broke pot, when I go sleep. That's all. They don't think of how can a country progress as a country? They only think of the little food that they give them, the little things that they give them. They don't look at the future. They don't look at why are the roads? Atanganji is saying that Cameroon. They should know that Cameroon roads are slippery during the rainy season. What does that mean? You know that the roads are slippery because of mud now. The roads are bad, poor roads. How do you say Saglis says the road are slippery during the rainy season? But he is meaning that people should be very careful with the government, because the government will mollynex anyone that is against their leadership. Think of it. That's all what it means. Presidential couple going to divide a bag of rice to underprivileged fuel to bike. Oh my God. Hey! This is what they are going to give to people. Oh. Presidential couple offers 500 bags of rice. Oh. 500 bags of rice. And bikers, I say, una no go ask that government say una want get real jobs, or is riding bike a job in the first place? Is back riders as una don't talk on a back then, so una facing a job than that. Una be careful to learn handwork. Una work for industry them companies. Bike is not a job. If Ataganji can't give una fuel, una go to continue to ride bike. Una ask say, Pa, we need a job. We need jobs in Bamenda. We need jobs in jobs, not riding bike. You guys have to understand that bike riding is something that you do temporary. It should not be permanent. So if they can't give you fuel, what do that mean? It means that keep riding your bike, and that's who you be. Because bike riding is something that just it's temporal. You buy a bike, you buy. Somebody can buy like 10 bikes, 50 bikes, and give to people to drive, right? But they'll be doing those their balance and take. But you driving bike forever is a temporary thing you do while looking for a job. But this government is letting you know that they are giving you more fuel to continue riding your bikes, and you are happy. Bike riding is not a job. All these motor benzinking them, you are there. Oh, Ataganji is coming to town. You are there driving. You not hold them that, hey, pa, we need job now like this, because this bike we are riding is not a job. Think of it. You people should start thinking. How many person in America is driving a bike for living? Nobody in America is driving a bike for living. Because people have jobs, people work in factories, people work in companies, people work in government offices. That's how jobs are. Why should you be proud to be riding bike all your life, and you are proud bike rider? You don't ask the government that, hey, we need jobs. The government don't know how to create jobs. They stay there every year, come and give you bags of rice, and you are happy that you are the government has given you bag of rice. Then Ataganji will come and be saying that Molinex.
Avant, pendant et après le scrutin présidentiel, force restera à la loi. À bon entendeur, salut. Il faudrait que les gens sachent que le Cameroun, c'est d'ailleurs le seul pays au monde où pendant la saison sèche, le terrain glisse. Il faut faire attention.
That's how they are fighting.
C'est bon, monsieur, c'est bon.
You see how CPT people are fighting for bread and sardine? This is the last this same election that is happening now was 2018. Ask yourself what has changed that is 7 years ago. This same presidential election. So there's nothing new. So you going to vote Eh? The people of Southern Cameroon has a cause. Our cause has nothing to do with election. We have been fighting for the past 7 years, 9 years now. We have seen like 3 elections, right? The municipal election, all those elections. What has changed in the life of our people? What has changed in the life of the people of Cameroonese? If the Cameroonese are crying of poverty, who are you, Southern Cameroonians? Who are you to go and be voting when your own life has no better? The Cameroonese are crying even more and more and more. Think of it. This journalist is saying that they removed Kamto. They thought that Kamto is the most dangerous opposition person, right? Now they did not think of Chiroma. This is it. He said, le régime a perdu le sommet depuis qu'ils se sont rendus compte que Hemle, des militants du MLC, est en train d'être transféré au nordiste soutien de Chiroma. Right? They remove Chiroma. No, they remove Kamto. They were very afraid of Kamto, right? Now Chiroma is instead more dangerous now, because Kamto was not as popular in the northern area like Chiroma, right? But now Chiroma has taken the whole north. That's why Biya has gone to Garwa. The north is wild. Those guys are wild. They have more than 3 million votes out of 8 million. Imagine those northern areas. So Biya has rushed there because Chiroma has taken the whole that north. Yes, the election. Biya come out for sleep, come on, run good for north face, go stand on top of the. They reinforce me work at the Biya knock here like that, tak. They give a teammate chop. He is eating something. We don't know what he's eating. The guy could not even stand well. They the thing hit his head. He's hitting his head. Oh my God! These people, they are injecting that man some very strong things just to him just for him to show his face. That's all what they want. Then they'll say, "Oh, Biya has won," but there will be chaos in that country. There will be chaos. No matter how they sugarcoat it now, there will be chaos. Imagine boycott as a more powerful statement. The more our people boycott election, anything Cameroonese, is a way to tell the international community that the Amazonian leaders have used boycott to lobby for international recognition. Lockdown, ghost town. Don't you think that it has more effect? The international community the message is going. The whole media is reporting about this lockdown, that just this short time of this election. But some people, our people think that it's just to do it. No, this lockdown are for purpose. September, don't forget, September 23rd is when all presidents across the world go to the United Nations headquarters here in America. They come here and make speeches. But this time around, that time was the time that Biya was supposed to be in America, right, for the speeches and all those things. All presidents are making speeches at the United Nations every September, right? But what happened? Biya went back to Switzerland. Biya sent a delegation there in the United Nations. He himself is not there. How are you? How is your president representing you at the most needed moment? I don't know what Cameroonians are thinking. See, today I still don't understand. Even this now, they themselves have started not understanding themselves, because you cannot have a president that has to be there for the sake of the country, but he's instead going to Switzerland. Okay, and even if that agenda that they were going there, like for the Israel-Palestinian vote, even France, that is supporting Cameroon, still voted against Israel. So let Cameroon not think that France will support them forever. There will be a time that French government will say, no, laissons les ambassadeurs là. That is why this fight is not for the weak. If you are tired, you can go and rest. This fight is not, you must not keep fighting, then keep disturbing people. Because it's just like marathon, where you run race. You climb or go up for race. There are people who will tire on the way. But if you are tired on the way, don't disturb people that have energy. Go aside. Don't disturb people that have more energy to keep running. It's a race. It's a struggle. That's why they call it struggle. That's why they call it self-determination. If your own determination is not strong enough, go outside and wait. Allow those people who have energy to keep running. When you go and rest more, if you have some more energy, you keep running. They join the fight again. That's how it is. This is 9 years. So many people have fallen out because they don't have the energy. We that still have the energy are still there. Allow us in peace. Go and rest. If you are rest, when you are, that's how it is. Not the 8 million Ambazonians are fighting for this struggle. The people that have allowed the people that have energy to fight for the Ambazonians to fight. Okay, if you don't have the energy, good and fine. Not every single Ambazonians will liberate Ambazonia. Don't think like that. But those things that are necessary to do them for the sake of Ambazonia. That's all what is required of you. If they say lockdown, don't go and be disturbing the lockdown, because you know that lockdown is for the sake of everybody. If the sake of 8 million Ambazonian, it's not for the sake of you one. You being selfish, you gotta be driving your taxi. And when something happened to you, they say, oh, the Ambazonians are didn't. No, that's little sacrifice for this 1 month. Look at the effect. There are many fighters that were tired. Some went to DDR Center. Some left, went to Nigeria. But there are still people fighting. There are still fighters there still fighting. If you are tired, you can go and rest more in Nigeria. You come back after, join the fight. You must not start disturbing people like what these guys are doing now, who left the fight. Instead of going you quiet to Nigeria and rest, you are instead going to disturb other people. Instead, go and pinpoint your own brothers for them to be killed. Revolution is like that. Many countries that have fought their revolutions, they have these people they call black leg. How many black leg can you count today? How many? They are all tired because you're fighting for a regime that does not care about you. You say you are black leg for Paul Biya, black leg for this. Where are you today? They don't. No amount. Look at how many DDR Center guys have been killed. They use you and dumped you. They will never trust you. No wonder you become a black leg today. That same government of La Republic that we know will ever trust you. They will never trust you. If you care, you go and do your black leg. Look at that guy that went to Nkondenge, or he went to DDR Center, right? He was very proud. They were the one that going around showing their other friends to be killed. They were the one committed certain atrocities so that they will paint the Ambazonian restoration fighters black image. But what happened to them? They went to the DDR center thinking that, oh, they'll do them this, all those false promises. We told them, this government of Biya that we know, never you trust them. Never. They say, no, they'll do this, they'll do this. How many of them had job till today? All of them like that, they have been betrayed. Some of them were killed. Some of them were sent to Kundengi. They feel that they went and took from Kundengi. They went and killed again. You saw that guy that was crying. I showed that video in my other show. You go and check my other show. You'll see that guy that they shot his leg. From DDR Center. They took him to Kundengi. But if you go now, you don't even see him because he has been killed. Those are people who betray their own people. The last thing you can do is to betray your own people. Then you think that the person that you go and be selling out likes you. No, they see you like a sellout. They will never trust you. Never. Because they know that you will do the same thing to them tomorrow. You go and leak all what they're telling you, you go and leak to them. That's why someone like people like Nambere, other people that went to be black leg. If you are a wise black leg and you are still doing that thing, that black leg, leave that Cameroon, because there will be a time they will kill all of you. Don't trust that government. They'll use you now because you are useful to them for what you are doing, right? But there will be a time like they have done to many people. Many of the black leg, they have killed them because they have secrets, they have information that they don't want the world to know. Okay, that's why things like Ngabu, the Manfe thing, all this killing, this genocide that they kill many people, they use, but some of these ex-fighters, they'll use you. Oh, go and do this act. Let's put it in the form of Amber Boys. That Manfe incident, they use but those guys to go and do certain acts so that they'll paint the restoration fighters bad image. And what happened? They went and leaked it, right? Yes, they went and leaked it. And that's what is happening today. Most of those atrocities, Ngabu happen. You see, they say no, it's not the military that did Ngabu. What happened? Later, those same military, they said that the military, they were dying. Those that confess because of that act, you know, when they go and kill like that, they don't know the consequences. They bury those people with kankai juju. You see, so when the people started dying, those military that committed the act in Gabu, when they started dying, that's why they go apologize. They say, please, I don't want to die. It's the military that committed a crime. Now military. The same thing in Manfi. Those children and women that were killed in Manfi, they went and buried them with this country juju. When they buried them with those things, there's no way when they bury those people that are killed like that, then you go free. No way. They'll start dying one after the other. When this one started dying, you see, they start running, going to confess. That's how it happened. Before they started accepting that, oh, this killing was done by the Cameroon military. This killing was done by Cameroon military. That's how it happened. At the start, nobody accepted. They say, no, it's the Amber Boys. Amber Boys have never killed mass killing. Never. They will never do that to their people. It's the occupying military that come there and commit all these crimes. You understand? They commit all these crimes and put it on the head of the, and that's what happens. Yes, that's what happens. And they'll keep telling you all those jargons there, right? This is my message to my people, our proud federalists. My advice to federalists: stop telling us that you prefer federalism with La Republic. Instead, start doing those things that will enable you to achieve your preferred federation. If you feel that you ride on the back of independentists to achieve your federation, you are dreaming. It wouldn't happen. Okay, that's how it is. The federalists are behind this thing, saying that they are proud federalists. The story of federalism since 1972, when Aijo implemented his fake federation or referendum, federalism has been a taboo since 1972. Anybody that were proclaiming federalism, they were begging for federation. NCNC leaders were killed. Many NCNC leaders were killed. Many NCNC leaders were jailed, sent to prison, just because they were trying to beg the government of Aijo and Paul Biya to go back to federalism. Now today, from 2017, federalism now became so free for these guys to just say, oh, I'm a proud federalist, but they are not fighting anything. It's because the government saw that if they don't even, if they jail federalists, how are they gonna, okay, what else can they hang on? Now the government, now most of these people, these candidates, presidential candidates, can come and say, oh, we're gonna go back to federation, we're gonna go back to so that's their own promise. All the presidential candidates, no one is even presenting, okay, let's have a referendum of the people and hear what the people's voice is. No, they're on, we're gonna bring federation, we're gonna go back to federalism. And you understand what federalism means to these people? The federalism that we enjoy in America, where each state is considered like a country, they have powers. The governors are the president. They don't play with governors because they are elected officials. The senators are very powerful. Each state in America has 2 senators. Those 2 senators are very powerful. They represent that state. So it's not that thing that they do in Cameroon that people just go and be making all their noise. It's not like that. When you see what is happening in Cameroon today, is that democracy? Is that election? That you go and sacrifice your life to go and vote, and when after 7 years again it will still be the same thing. If Biya wanted to negotiate, how many negotiation processes? The Grand National Dialogue, we don't consider it as negotiation. They just wanted to fool the world that they have started dialogue. Let's take Switzerland and Canada negotiation. If the government of Cameroon wanted to negotiate, the Swiss government came to negotiate between the 2 parties. The Cameroon delegation was there, but what happened? They abandoned it halfway. The Swiss government was so surprised. The Swiss government sent us a letter telling us that they don't know what happened, why the Cameroon government has backed out of the negotiation process. Okay, so when you see things happening today, don't blame the people of Southern Cameroon, don't blame the leaders of Southern Cameroon, don't blame the restoration fighters. We have tried to all way to go into peaceful negotiation processes. It's only Cameroon government that is backing out. Our leaders have never backed out of any negotiation process. So don't come on, people don't know the process or the history for the past 9 years of this crisis. You don't know. Now now the Canada government came in now. After Switzerland government, the Canadian Foreign Ministry contacted the interim government, contacted the various groups, contacted that they want to come in to mediate between Ambazonia and Cameroon. each group and the interim government sent delegation to Canada. What happened? The Cameroon government brought their agenda, that this is what they want to talk about. They don't want to talk about this. They don't want to talk about this. They want to talk about this. Is that how you negotiate with people? You have to come with empty paper. That's negotiation. You just come with empty sheet, and you start from there. It go progressively. As the negotiation is going on, you are informing your people that this is what we discussed. This is how it's going. The mediator is there to help mediate between the two of you. You are not the mediator. You cannot be someone that is negotiating. There, you are also the mediator. You cannot be like that. It's between two parties. That's why we are talking about internationally led mediation process, not Issa Chiroma giving us Kamto telling us I will give Fede. You are giving what? Two countries of equal status. You are giving somebody what? That is it. So that is how the Switzerland negotiation process failed and the Canada negotiation process failed. You see, but they'll go and say, oh, they don't know who to talk to, they don't know who to negotiate. No, the Cameroon government has been shying away from negotiation processes. The Ambazonian leaders are very united when it comes to negotiation. They are together. They will go there, or they will send delegation there to go for a peace talk. So let nobody tell you any other story, because they don't know the trend of events. We have been there, we know. Yes. So let's understand, before somebody call you terrorists or this, no. The genuineness of this struggle is what has been since 2017. Okay. Think of the sanctions that even American government has sanctioned Cameroon government for military sanction, even taking Cameroon out of Africa Free Trade Agreement, AGOA. Why? Because Cameroon was using some of the military aid that America is giving them to use on the people of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. And American government was very, was not happy with that. So they have even sanctioned. So this thing is not about you talking all those talk, in the quarter. This thing is at certain level that the countries have come in, okay, to negotiate or to mediate. So don't be talking or at certain level, because we have had meeting with senior officials from different countries, okay, and they are telling us how they see the struggle, their own view, okay. So no matter what some people say, that has nothing to do with the real business that we are in. The real business is different from what people are talking all their nonsense, okay, because they know the truth. They know the truth that if they go for a negotiation, the truth will come out. The truth will come out. That's why Cameroon government is running away from negotiation. So whatever somebody is saying, all those things they are saying, don't even listen to that. Our people have the right of self-determination, because we join these people as a gentleman agreement. But because there were no Treaty of Union, you cannot force somebody to stay with you when you don't even have marriage certificate, Jumba married. So we have the right to say, hey, we are tired. The same way our parents told Nigeria that we are tired of coming to live with you guys. Our parents left Nigeria. So there's no problem. Nigeria never fought us when our parents left them. Nigeria never fought us. They say, oh man, you are free to go. where we live with Nigeria for 40 years. Now that we have lived with these people for 60 years, we want to leave. They say, no, you people cannot leave us. When the federal system stipulated that this is a test, it was a test to see if you people can live together. I can give you many countries that were together but they separated. You know how many countries came from Soviet Union, Russia? How many countries came out from Soviet Union? Latvia, Lithuania, all these are small countries that came out from Soviet Union because they wanted their own sovereignty. They want their own country. Russia tried to fight all these countries. All these small countries came from Russia, Soviet Union back then. Can Russia go and be taking them back now, one after the other? It cannot go. They are already sovereign. So thank you for watching. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Make sure you share. Thank you, and God bless the people of Southern Cameroon and Bazonia. Don't relent. Okay, you have the right of self-determination. You have the right to fight for what belongs to you. Let nobody fool you or tell you anything. Okay, make sure you keep the fire burning for your freedom. Okay, thank you for watching. God bless you. Stay tuned for next episode. Hey, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like, share, and comment. If you really it really helps for you to spread the message, spread the word, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there and follow button, so never you miss out on any fresh content that I share. Hit that notification bell so that you get all the update and be part of this amazing community. Your support makes all the difference. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more wonderful content as you watch Fritz Misodi. Thank you.